Alright, so learning more about how to use this video thing. Uh, it doesn't work with when you go to another app, unless maybe you get like 1 million subscribers, and I'm thinking maybe that's the case with that thing. But let's see how long it'll record while I'm just like, which it's kind of bogus. It'd be cool if you had more help for the little guy, to get the videos rolling. Uh, you know, but it is what it is. And go to Rock Lake, check it out. They're probably, just call them. Just, you don't have to go there if it's not allowed. But Rock Lake Christian Assembly, check it out. Take your whole family, and see when they're open, or maybe they'll, let like one person at a time go. I don't know. It's kind of a park, but it's not a park. But it's kind of a it's legit, literally. So, whatever. If that place opens, then a lot of other places will open. Get outdoors. Anyway, it's a good place, just to chill, kind of monastic style. Just relax. Just not. It's Church of Christ, Christian church, so not monastic really, but whatever. It's the same idea. The guys that live in caves. No. Actually, speaking of that, okay, this is random, but I got this email. Check your emails. That's what Elon Musk does. I guess he just checks emails a lot and does his work. But so email, I got this special forces guy, really cool. He's from like the 70s. I guess he lived in a cave, and when he got back to cope, which is a coping mechanism, probably not the best, but it is a spiritual one. It's cool, and I would advise that. But anyway, he was on there talking about living in a cave, and I thought that was kind of cool. Just relaxing, probably not trying to, get through life. You probably imagine maybe the things. He was Vietnam, so he probably had some PTSD, possibly, or like just the whole thing messed up. It's all messed up. We'll get more into that because it's very serious. If you have common sense, you can see. Just watch Space Force. There's a humorous show to kind of make sure you fast forward through the stupid stuff, but nobody needs to see every show. There's plenty of grunge in every show, but anyway, check that out. You know what I'm talking about. So and just know that it's everywhere. It's in India, and it needs to be positively influenced for the betterment of mankind and global cultural systematic stabilization of humanity, period. Otherwise we're gonna not be flourishing in the right way. We'll be flourishing in some weird dark way, which is not the way that is the way. So praise the Lord. All right, we're still recording. That's cool. I'm trying to find a Bible on my computer. I got internet. Let's see. Trying to look up John chapter 18. Just to recap what I was just saying, and then I got cut off because my phone doesn't work properly with the YouTube and other apps playing at the same time. So go there and we'll go to. Looks like I don't know, all sorts of. Oh, I felt bad for that guy that fell backwards in the protest. feel bad for the whole situation. My buddy got tear gassed, and um, I am gonna send you the video, Dan. But got tear gassed, and just he's just trying to be there as like a actual just peacemaker, maybe peaceful, making awareness, yada yada. Anyway, it's all good. Obviously not, but it's all good as far as we persevere. Policies and procedures, they're continually updated. Get new SOG. Everybody's gonna have new SOGs. They'll just be like continually emailed from the chiefs to the workers, and hopefully they will reflect Christian worldviews and ethics, and there won't be a lot of negative, far liberal left, which would not be free freedom creating. It would be oppressive, probably. But anyway, hopefully the SOPs will all be made to better the entire situation overall. Maybe you have temporary ones and then long-term ones. Who knows? I'm not a chief. Just praying for you. That's all. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to go through the news too much. Sorry, I was just on it because I'm trying to go to my thing, but the stupid search engine. John, chapter 18. Did I say 18? I think it's 18. It's 18. Okay. And let's just go NIV. I was hitting KJV, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. I feel like if you read the whole thing, KJV, just because it's better, traditional, kind of. Let's see. I wanted to talk about Jesus when he said, "I am he," in verse 5. Jesus of Nazareth, which, if you're going Pentecostal on him, you got to be like, in the name of Jesus of Nazareth. You can't just, you got to specify. It makes it sounds more authoritative, more educated, more like, don't mess, dog. But Jesus of Nazareth, they replied. It's them talking, not Jesus. But he said, "I am he." And so there, that's the authority. I am. Boom. I mean, definitely worth in-depth exegesis, but the "I am" has a lot of potential for, at an initial glance, you gotta think of the Old Testament. You gotta think of the humanity, divinity of Christ from a basic initial glance. I am he. And, Jesus of Nazareth. Is it conversational, or is he referencing the Old Testament? Look into it. But that's what he said. And the reason why it's a big deal is because later it says here in verse 5 still, "And Judas the traitor was standing there with them. When Jesus said, 'I am he,' they drew back and fell to the ground." Wow. So, that's amazing. And I actually got a buddy he fell to the ground recently. I think he's carrying his cross. He's trying to do the peaceful side of the protesting, to my understanding. And he's really trying to dialogue and create dialogue. And let me just say, in the best way possible, which I don't want to be saying the wrong thing, but he is a normal dude, and I guess educated but normal. So he's no extraordinary. He's not Batman. He's not he's not even The Rock or somebody like, he's not Hulk Hogan. He's not somebody else that's really famous. I don't know. Really popular. He's no Elon Musk. But he's actually engaging. He's not Winston Churchill, but he's engaging with the police in a positive way, and with his community, and praise the Lord. So, praise the Lord for people carrying their cross, people getting persecuted, people getting hosed with pepper spray, and God help them. God help everyone. And God bless Aaron, apparently. All right, that's it for now.
Yeah, they did part of it. They didn't get the whole thing done.
Oh.
They just got part of it.
A little bit more I wanted to talk about, actually.
Late July.
It was really significant. Because I was talking about idolatry this morning in the other video. And it says here, Jesus...
yeah, it's just recuperating a little bit.
It's in verse... So we're still in chapter 18, verse
I came back
38. Pilate says, and I've heard this preached, but nobody ever talked about this to my knowledge. And I'll go into it now.
So I just been resting up.
It says, what is truth? Verse 38. Retorted Pilate. With this he went out again to the Jews gathered there and said, I find no basis for a charge against him. Actually, it's verse 30.
Yeah, we're just hanging around over here. Kind of a rainy, stormy day. So
38, yeah. So, I find no basis for a charge against him. Okay, yes, Pilate's wife was about to be a Christian, probably, I believe. And Jesus answered.
I'll tell you what, we'll call you back as soon as he's done.
Sorry, I'm being distracted by my friend who's calling me, probably trying to talk about good stuff, hopefully. But the idea that I'm getting across is, what is truth? Okay, that is that pantheism, and I think that's the word. You see pantheists, which, okay, today modern pantheists, maybe borderline liberals slash I guess it's postmodernism, because if every truth is the right truth, pantheists basically say, what is truth? Ballpark, maybe. I'm always wrong, but, maybe. Okay. But definitely Hinduism, they got all those different gods. So all these ballpark faiths that are basically asking what is truth, because they just believe all these different things, and they're questioning their faith. They got, Pilate probably believed in the Roman gods, but, what I'm getting at is, those kind of people, if Pilate's logic was common, then they would have said they find no basis for charge against somebody that is like Christ, or Christ himself. So I just thought that was interesting, that there's no charge against the one that is judged by the person that says what is truth, or maybe a pantheist, or somebody that's questioning their faith that they originally had in multiple gods or whatnot. So that definitely translates today politically, possibly, to liberals that are, they don't know, they're asking what is truth, and they're deciding, even Hindus, how to prosecute Christians, which I think is horrible. But a lot of times they preach on public property and they get arrested. But still, they're trying to figure out. They sit on those little sides of the road if you go to India, and thankfully they don't have a ton of garbage communist propaganda in those political areas, because maybe they do sometimes, but I never saw any when I was there. And I just think those people deciding things like policies and stuff in that ballpark of prosecuted Christians. Because I mean, where else do they get persecuted? China, yeah, of course. Well, but India, they're being persecuted.